When we look back through the pages of history, one name often stands out as the greatest inventor of all time: Thomas Edison, a man of vision, of practicality, and of relentless drive. But quietly, in the very same era, there lived another genius, equally brilliant yet profoundly different, a man whose mind danced with lightning, and whose dreams reached far beyond the limits of his time: Nikola Tesla. While Edison built an empire of inventions that lit up homes and powered industries, Tesla dreamt of a future powered by the unseen, by energy that moved through the air, by forces not yet understood. He wasn't just an inventor. He was a visionary, a scientist, and for many, a mystic of modern electricity. And yet, for reasons both historical and personal, Tesla never became a household name like Edison. His contributions, though groundbreaking, often remained in the shadows, misunderstood, underappreciated, and sometimes even forgotten. But make no mistake, this is not a tale of rivalry. This is a story of two different paths. Edison, the master of industry; Tesla, the prophet of the future. In this video, we journey into the extraordinary world of Nikola Tesla to uncover what made him more than just a scientist, but a man far ahead of his time. In an age where wealth spoke louder than wisdom, science was often bound by the rules of commerce. Most inventors, no matter how brilliant, tailored their creations to fit the demands of the market. Profit came first, purpose came later. But Nikola Tesla walked a lonelier road. He didn't chase riches or recognition. He followed his vision, relentlessly, fearlessly, even when it led him into darkness. Because of this, his life was a tapestry of soaring breakthroughs and profound struggles. Yes, he tasted the thrill of discovery, but he also endured poverty, isolation, and at times betrayal. There are stories, quiet but enduring, of colleagues who took advantage of his trust, using his brilliance for their own gain. Tesla was not like Edison. He didn't campaign for attention. He didn't master the press or stage public spectacles. He didn't sell himself. He simply devoted himself to the pursuit of truth, to the long, often thankless labor of scientific progress. And what he gave the world was extraordinary. He dreamed not in gadgets but in systems, in grand ideas that reached beyond his century. Take, for instance, the Tesla coil, a device capable of transmitting and receiving powerful radio signals when tuned to resonate at the same frequency, a foundation stone of wireless technology, long before the world even knew it needed such a thing. Or consider the year 1900, when he published a 60-page essay in the Century magazine titled "The Problem of Increasing Human Energy." It wasn't just a scientific paper. It was a manifesto for the future of humanity, written by a man who saw farther than most dared to look. Tesla's work may not have seemed practical in his time, but practicality has never been the measure of greatness. His ideas planted seeds, deep, powerful, that would one day reshape the world. Tesla was not only a man of genius, he was a man of vision, bold and unshaken. But sometimes visionaries walk so far ahead of their time that the world mistakes them for madmen. Even as a child, Tesla dreamed of harnessing the power of Niagara Falls. A dream so grand, so impossible, that many dismissed it as fantasy. Years later, he secured a contract to bring that dream to life. But even then, despite the planning, the design, the innovation, few believed his hydroelectric generators would ever work. And yet, on the night of November 16, 1896, Tesla's vision became reality. Electricity surged across 25 miles to power the factories of Buffalo, New York. A feat that once seemed like fiction had become history. To dream the impossible, and then to build it with your own hands. That was Tesla's gift, and perhaps his burden. In 1883, at the World's Fair in Chicago, Tesla unveiled a revolutionary idea: a wireless transmission system capable of lighting fluorescent lamps from meters away. With no wires, no filaments, only energy fields made visible as light. He spoke of a future where energy could be drawn from the air itself, where distance was no longer a barrier and wires became obsolete. A dream still out of reach even today, but no longer unimaginable. In a world accelerating toward wireless energy, Tesla's vision feels closer now than ever before. Not madness, but prophecy. Nikola Tesla was a man of brilliance, but to many of his time he was also a man branded as mad. He suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder, a condition little understood in his era. It compelled him into patterns, strange rituals, unbreakable habits, not out of choice but as a way to tame the storms in his mind. Tesla had an uncanny fixation with the number 3. He would circle a building 3 times before entering. He demanded 18 napkins, divisible by 3, to polish his silverware and glass every evening. He spent his final years alone, in room 3327 on the 33rd floor of a New York hotel, and died 3 days before his 87th birthday. He once said, "If you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." No one truly knows if he said it. No one truly knows what he meant. But in Tesla's world, where reality and vision often blurred, numbers carried weight far beyond arithmetic. These rituals, these obsessions, some laugh at them. Some dismiss them as quirks of genius, while others use them as evidence that he had lost his grip on reality. Both are wrong. Tesla was not just eccentric. He was a man silently battling mental illness in a world that had no words, no care, and no help for minds in pain. His family bore similar shadows. His father was said to argue violently with himself, splitting into different identities. His brother suffered from vivid hallucinations. And Tesla, too, experienced visions. Bright flashes of light, bursts of fire, ideas appearing like apparitions. But to Tesla, these were not illnesses. They were revelations. He claimed his idea for the alternating current motor came during one such vision, a burning flash of insight amidst the darkness. There are rumors he once worked 84 hours straight without sleep. His rest was often broken, restless. Some say he even invented in his dreams. Yet despite the turbulence of his mind, Tesla led a remarkably disciplined life. He walked 8 to 10 kilometers each day. He massaged his toes every night, believing it stimulated brain function, a belief now echoed by modern science. He ate carefully, lived cleanly, and remained celibate, saying he sacrificed love for the sake of science. In his later years, he found solace in pigeons, often caring for them as one might care for lost parts of oneself. Tesla's oddities were not just genius quirks. They were symptoms, signs of a mind in need of care, living in a world that didn't know how to care for it. And that may be the greatest tragedy of all. In the end, Nikola Tesla was not just brilliant. He was extraordinary. Yet for decades, his genius was overlooked. His name faded into the background, and many of his inventions were misattributed to others. He lived in the shadows of louder voices, in a world that often celebrates success louder than substance. But time has a way of revealing the truth. Today we see Tesla more clearly, not just as a scientist, but as a visionary far ahead of his time, a mind that lit the way for a world that wasn't ready to understand him. Now, history begins to speak his name with the reverence it deserves, and we can say, without a doubt, Nikola Tesla was one of the greatest minds the world has ever known.